self limiting beliefs. This is one of the core concepts or learnings that I have challenged for years of having this self improvement journey. So, this is very fundamental if you want to change your life. So, I'll give an example straight away. So, I was an introverted kid, or I can say a shy, or not antisocial, but a kid who was finding it hard to communicate what he feels and his thoughts during his childhood and throughout his teenage years. Although I was able to have friends and close friends and have strong friendships, I find myself limiting the amount of interaction to those people who are not my friends, or I can really communicate myself if those were not my close friends, or those were not my friends that I'm comfortable talking with. So how did I change that? I have put myself in that box and labeled myself as shy, and maybe I gave up and just let it be. But throughout this self development journey rather, I was able to conquer that self-limiting belief. I realized that it was just an identity that has been reinforced from childhood. The way other people see me, they see me as an introverted kid or a shy kid. That's what I portray myself even more, because it is reinforced for every interaction that I cannot communicate myself. I then label myself, and other people must have concluded or seen me as that type of person. But once I tried to challenge, because I wanted to be able to be more articulate, I need to communicate my thoughts better. So, in order for me to do that, I need to talk a lot. I need to talk to a lot of people, even if it's a random stranger. So, what I did was I tried to follow what Vin Giang, who is a great communicator, and what he posted on Instagram resonated with me. He taught this technique in small talks, of sharing multiple details about yourself. It's like having this strings attached to you. So for example, in a small talk, you are in an airport and maybe you're alone and you're sat next to a stranger and you want to start a conversation, or that person you're sitting next to started a conversation with you. You then have this conversation. So instead of me, if that was my past self, what would I do was just to respond yes or no, or maybe short answers, and finding it hard to keep up with the conversation because I cannot come up, because I'm too shy, or I am too reserved, because I don't want any personal details to be let out or be shared through that conversation. But as I tried, on the other hand, if when I tried small talk and applied that technique, I was able to share my different interests. And if out of that four strings or more strings that you have communicated or shared to that person, wherein you have two or maybe one shared interest, then you will have a conversation. Maybe it's for just about 5 minutes or more. Doesn't matter, as long as you have this response to that stranger particular thing that you are really interested in, or maybe personal information that is not too personal, but maybe it's just about your hometown, or maybe about the current happening in that area, or maybe in your area, that that person could relate to. And That was a big changer for me because I really applied that technique. At first, there's still this feeling of resistance because I'm trying too hard to come up with the things that I want to say. But as I have attempted few many times of striking a conversation to a person having these small talks, it quickly compounded and eventually the resistance faded. It does not necessarily mean that it was completely gone, but it may be minimized or it went down to the low levels. So I was able or I am able now to communicate with a stranger without having this one word response or limiting those one word response and other things, except if I'm just not interested on talking to that person, I will cut off the conversation as quickly as I can. But it's a thing that I am learning. So that is one of my self-limiting belief. And if you are also trying to challenge your self-beliefs, if for example you're saying to yourself that I am not articulate or I am not good at words. So maybe acknowledge itself first that you are probably not able to express or communicate your words articulately, but that doesn't mean you can change that. This is me trying to be more articulate and challenging that self-limiting belief of mine also. Aside from being shy, I am challenging my self-limiting belief that I am not a bet uh, a good communicator. This is me trying to become that identity, the identity of a good communicator. So for me, in order for me to do that, I need to practice every day. And through this video, I can practice that and be able to prove myself even just for a little bit that I can get better and become the person who I want to become, which is a good communicator. So if this is insightful for you, maybe you can comment and share your own thoughts too about self-limiting beliefs. But if not, maybe you can just leave a like or subscribe to my channel. And you can also, and what would be the best outcome for this is you forget you forget to what I mean is, even though if you did not like, comment, or subscribe in this channel, you should, what I want for you is just to take this lesson for this video and apply it to your own life and challenge your self-limiting beliefs. Just take it one day at a time. You can do it.